What's up guys, so in this video I'm going to teach you exactly how to find high quality backlinks from guest blogging. By the end of this video you'll discover exactly how to find guest blogging opportunities just like this one. So for example, this is a DR66 website I was featured on with a guest blog. I was also recently featured in this article, which is a DR77, where I talk about my guest posting tips, so you can see here. And if you want to land high quality guest posts that actually increase your website's traffic, then make sure you watch this video. Okay, so if you want to find relevant guest blogging opportunities to your industry, then I'd recommend starting with the Content Explorer on Ahrefs, and you just type in the keyword that's relevant to your niche, right? So for example, if you're an SEO, you type in SEO. If you're blogging about dogs, you can type it in like this. Then change this drop down to in title, because this will give you more relevant searches. And if we hit search like this, what you're going to see here is literally like millions of potential websites you could contact for a guest blog that have talked about your particular keyword. Now what I'd recommend doing is filtering this to one page per domain so you don't get duplicates in your list. And once that loads, there's a ton of websites that you could potentially contact for a backlink from a guest blog, right? Now obviously there's going to be some websites in this list that you don't want to reach out to. So what you can do is hit export like this, and I'd recommend just doing the first 1,000 results, because not every single result you get is going to be relevant. So if you just do the first 1,000, that gives you plenty to work with for now. And we're just going to wait for that to export and come back. And as you can see, our list is downloaded now. So what we can do is open that up in Google Sheets like this. And what this will give us is a list of prospects for guest posting that we could potentially contact, right? So if we wait for this list to load, hit the settings like that, replace current sheet. And now you've got a long list of URLs that you could contact. Now, what I would recommend doing is going through the list and just deleting any sort of content that isn't relevant to you. So for example, you might delete these 3 results because they're not really relevant, but this site looks relevant. These 2 as well. Actually, you could contact these websites too. Keep scrolling down. And what you can do is actually check the relevance by the content title here. So as we scroll down, some of these articles aren't going to be relevant, which means you don't want to approach them for a backlink from a guest blog, but we can filter those out like this. And then eventually what you want to do is just go through the whole list and delete anything that's not relevant to you. And then what you can do is actually take these URLs, if you want to look in bulk for their email address, and run them through Hunter's bulk checker. So if you want to contact all of these websites for a guest post, you can take the whole list of URLs like that and then paste them into Hunter. And then once you run that search, it's actually going to give you the email address for the websites it can find an email address for. So if there's a email address for these websites openly available on the internet, then Hunter will find that for you. So it's quite a powerful tool. And then what you can do is reach out to those sites and ask for a backlink. So that is a really quick way to find guest posting opportunities for your industry. But I'm also going to cover a few other ways that you can do this too. Now, another quick way to find guest blogging opportunities in your industry is simply to go to Google, right? What you can do is you can type in a search query like this, for example. So you would type in your keyword and then guest post by, right? So for example, if we hit that into Google, you can see that there's loads of guest posts here about dogs, right? So if you were in the dogs industry, then you would see tons of guest post opportunities. So the cool thing is you can actually reach out to this website and say, hey, I notice you are accepting guest blogs from this site. Maybe you want a guest blog from us as well. Here's the reasons why our content would be good for your site. And you can easily reach out to them too. Because chances are, if this website accepts guest blogs from this writer, because the chances are, if this website accepts guest blogs from Jamie, for example, then chances are they'll accept guest blogs from you as well. So that's another easy way to find guest blogs. And you can do this for any keyword. For example, if we go back to SEO, you can see that you can quickly find guest blogging opportunities. Or let's say you've got a website about COVID, right? You can see that there's guest blogs around this particular content too. So yeah, if you want to find guest blogging opportunities, this is a really quick and simple way to do it. Let's try, test it, and prove it to work. And then what you can do is reach out to each of the websites that's taken a guest blog and ask them for a backlink too. The third technique that you could use to find guest blogs is to actually use openly shared lists of websites that accept guest blogs. So for example, if you type this into Google and you can replace this with whatever keyword you're looking for, then you can see that there's a ton of lists of websites that accept guest blogs. However, I don't think it's optimal because the thing is everyone's doing this, right? So everyone's going to go through this list and approach all of these sites, which means that they've been rinsed for guest blogs, that if they accept guest blogs from you, they'll accept them from anyone. And also, it just feels like a lot of these websites will get bombarded with guest blog requests. So the more these sort of openly shared lists are used, the less effective they are. So I would say if you're really stuck for ideas with guest blogging, sure, you can use an openly shared list. Do I think it's optimal? No, I genuinely don't think it's the best way to build backlinks from guest blogs. So yeah, I would stick with the first two strategies first, and then come back to this if you really need it. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope this video helped you. By the way, I do run a link building agency, so if you're interested in growing your website with white hat backlinks, you want to boost your rankings and drive more organic traffic to your site, then feel free to schedule in a call or just contact me via my website and I'll be happy to help. I've helped literally dozens of websites increase their rankings with backlinks, so I'm sure I can help your site too. All right, thanks for watching.